Jeff from Chillin N Grillin with Jeff here, and we're excited to be in the orange zone in London. Again, not that we're particularly excited to be in orange, but it does allow us to get back out to some restaurants. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna visit a couple of downtown restaurants, then we're gonna head off to the West End to see a brand new pizza place. Join me as we head to some of these restaurants and try some fantastic food. We couldn't go to downtown London without stopping in at one of London's iconic restaurants, Joe Kool's. Let's head inside and try one of their iconic pizzas and some other great food. Ron.
Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
Good.
Welcome
how
to
you
Joe
doing?
Kool's.
I guess we can't shake hands.
We'll give a little bit of an elbow there, right, on that one, yeah.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
I'll check in here. I see you have the contactless check-in.
We do, yeah.
Crazy times you're going through right now. If you've got a few minutes, what do you say we kind of walk through? I've never had a tour. I've been here.
Yeah.
I've never had anybody give me the tour, and at the same time, you can talk about some of the things you're doing to keep patrons safe.
Well, sure. So March 1st, Joe Kool's turned 38 years old.
38.
The original owner, Mike Smith, is still our leader. Thank you to everybody in the city for supporting us over the years.
Yeah. So I'm looking here, and I can see behind you fantastic photos, a
Yeah.
lot of them.
Yeah.
And they all have a story. What are some of the ones that stand out for you?
The majority of the pictures on the wall are good customers, family and friends, different events that we've done. Obviously, Corey Perry up there, after he won the Stanley Cup with Anaheim, he celebrated his Stanley Cup with us. We got Jeff Carter and Drew Doughty. We got the Westerns Vanier Cup team up on the wall. Mike grew up with a very collective group of friends, Tom Cochran being one of them. You can see beside Mike in that picture. Customers always say, can I get my picture up on that wall? It's kind of hard to say we can't do it. So we try to rotate some pictures.
I notice it's not just people that you've known or patrons, that sort of thing. A lot of sports, as you mentioned, that sort of thing. But over here, we shift from hockey to baseball. What do you have going on this wall?
Mike Smith's a huge Detroit Tigers fan. So we boasted being the home of the Detroit Tigers over the years, so we really focus on the sports end of what we do.
So there has to be a story here about Elvis.
Yeah, so Elvis, great customer at Joe Kool's over the years, but when he passed, he decided he wanted to rest here, so we built him a casket.
Part of his last will and testament?
That's what it was, yeah. So Elvis lays and rests at Joe Kool's up on the ceiling in his own casket.
I'm looking at this wall, I see jukeboxes, menu. I think those are menus. There has to be some stories on this wall over here as well.
So that's a wall of the original 1983. Those jukeboxes were actually jukeboxes that were along all the booths, and you could pick the song that you wanted to hear.
Okay, these have to be menus down here, original
they are,
menus?
Yeah. So starting at the end are Joe Kool's original menu, all in-house written. The first two were very complicated, and then they realized that we needed to lighten it up a little bit, but they get into the whole National Enquirer section of menus, and now you can come in and scan your phone and you can have a menu right up on your own phone.
I had a chance to take a look at them and read some of the items. I see of a few things that have been on since the original menu and that are still on today. So now I'm hungry, and you mentioned you may want to cook some food. What do you say we head into the kitchen and see what's going on back there?
Absolutely, let's go give it a whirl.
All right, Ron, we're back in the kitchen here, and we were looking at that one menu, and I noticed a pizza. Everything but the kitchen sink pizza. I've had it here myself. I've heard it's been around forever. I have to see how you make this.
So traditional kitchen sink pizza is cheese and sauce, pepperoni, bacon, ham, green peppers, and mushrooms. Then you have the option of putting onions and anchovies on it if you'd like. San Marzano pizza sauce that we bring in. Not overly spicy, but nice flavor, nice sweetness.
Something's definitely working if it's been on the menu this long.
That's right, yeah. Now, one of the key things with our pizza, and if you've ever been over to Detroit, they have a Detroit-style pizza, has what they call a burnt crust.
Right.
So when you lay your cheese out, this is mozzarella, you have to lay it out so you're actually hitting the whole border of the pizza. So next would be our pepperoni. Meat has a tendency to burn, so you put your meats on always first, your vegetables on top. I just put the pepperoni and the ham on there. And now this is a crumbled bacon that they cook up in the morning. And then our next ingredients are gonna be the green peppers. This is mushrooms. So this is what our kitchen sink pizza consists of. Now we're gonna put it through our conveyor oven.
All right, Ron, that pizza's cooking. I'm excited to give it a try, I'm not gonna lie, but I know you do other things on the menu that are just as great. You mentioned a burger that you're particularly excited about?
A bacon and mushroom burger that we have on our menu. That's very popular. Start off our homemade patty here. So we're gonna start that on our grill. You can't really cook meat unless you give it a little sprinkle of sea salt and some ground pepper. We've got beautiful bacon, smoked bacon. We try to buy stuff whenever we can locally. This is from Metzger's. I'm gonna put a handful of mushrooms on the grill just to get them cooked up.
Just a few mushrooms, I see.
Our bun comes in, we butter them. There's an element of texture. You're cooking with bread. They like that crispy outside, that soft inside. I always rave about this bacon because usually it's fatty.
It's not all shrinking up.
It's not shrinking up, and you don't see a ton of oil on the grill. I'm gonna dress our hamburger. We got a couple of pieces of bacon. We're gonna line it with our mushrooms. Bring it over here. We've got our provolone cheese and a little bit of Asiago to give it some sharpness on the end. So I'm gonna put this in here and let that cheese melt on top of that burger. So then our bun is ready to go. Spicy mayo. They laid out some lettuce for me, and the tomatoes are here and sliced with pickle, and that's what's gonna go on this side of the hamburger. Bacon, mushrooms, provolone cheese, Asiago cheese, spicy mayonnaise, lettuce and tomato. That's what you're getting when you come to Joe Kool's for a hamburger.
I suppose if somebody has to eat it, it may as well be me.
Absolutely.
Let's check on that pizza.
I'm gonna call my reinforcement Kira in to help me with the pizza.
So there must be a real science to this part.
So because that cheese now is formed down around the crust, she's doing a little bit of technical work on it to get it out of the pan properly. And as you can see, there's a method.
Now this is a single serving pizza for one person?
I guess if you'd like it to be. Our large is cut into 10 slabs, we call it. And as you can see around the outside of it,
yeah.
When I say burnt crust, that's the look, but when you taste it, you won't forget it. And voila, the kitchen sink pizza at Joe Kool's.
Looks amazing. Well, Ron, that was great. Thanks for letting us crash the kitchen and taking a look. It was kind of a nice connection seeing the menu on the wall with these actual menu items on them, and you're still cooking them back in the kitchen, and you still remember how to cook them after 32 years and not maybe spending as much time on the line. But this is great. You obviously care about the community. You obviously care about the people coming in to enjoy a nice meal. Sure. So thank you on behalf of the community. Congratulations on the big anniversary this year.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I think that's enough talking. I think we need to dig in and try some of this pizza. Thanks again for letting us come by. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
What I love about London restaurants is the diversity. We have so many different choices, so many different restaurants to choose from. One of my favorites, Shea Resto Bar. Let's head in and see what we have cooking today. Hello, Marvin.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey,
welcome.
Thanks for inviting me by today. Appreciate it. Let me grab a little bit of hand sanitizer here. Beautiful sunny day out there today.
It is.
Nice
gorgeous
day to be
today.
out seeing some restaurants. Well, thanks for inviting us by.
No, thank you for coming to Shea Resto Bar.
Yeah, so if you've got a couple minutes, what do you say we take a quick tour and tell me a little bit about your restaurant?
Absolutely.
Yeah, great. Let's head in.
Let's come in.
So Marvin, again, thanks for inviting us by today. One of the things I enjoy about your restaurant is your menu is a little more unique than we see at a lot of places. Is there a story back there? Tell me a little bit about your background, a little bit about your menu items.
I'm actually from El Salvador, so that's in Latin America. The menu that we make, that we do here, is actually a menu inspired in the culture, the different cultures of Latin America.
Great, and has that been well received? I know the few times I've been here, it's always been busy. So I would imagine the menu has caught on.
Yeah, we've been very blessed that Londoners have, embraced the restaurant. One of the things is because of that, because we offer a sort of a unique experience, culinary experience that we offer, but also our bar, like our cocktails that we actually make in here, the different kind of a variety of wines that we have, and the atmosphere.
Now, when we spoke last, you mentioned you had a couple of great traditional dishes you want to cook up today, and I'm always anxious to try some great food. So if you don't mind, we can head back that way. But you mentioned you do some great cocktails as well.
We do. Pablo's going to be making some of our cocktails tonight. He's going to be making a Pisco Sour and a pineapple Mezcal.
Okay, so you're going to whip up some great cocktails that are going to kind of go with what Marvin's serving up today.
Of course, yes. So we're going to start with the pineapple Mezcal Margarita. We're going to put a little ice. We're going to start with 2 ounces of Mezcal.
Sounds like a good start.
We're going to use ½ ounce of triple sec pineapple juice, maybe 4 ounces. Usually we use tequila for margaritas, but you know what? Mezcal is also come from agave. Agave is the plant, so it's a little bit more smoky. Lime.
Lots of lime.
Yeah. And then of course we have to rim it with a little bit of spicy salt.
Spicy salt. What makes the salt spicy?
Some secrets that Marvin will tell you. Maybe. So we're gonna check this. nice. We're gonna garnish with pineapple.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Let's give that
Salud.
a try.
Cheers.
Salud. Yeah. That's tasty. The salt, you're right, has a little bit of spice going on the rim. This is amazing. So I'm going to enjoy it while you mix up the next cocktail. What are you going to do for
Perfect.
us?
So we're gonna do Pisco Sour. It's a traditional cocktail from Peru. 2 ounces of Pisco. Just a little bit of vermouth.
A little bit of bitters.
Some just bitters, yeah. Not too crazy.
And this is a traditional drink from Peru.
Peru, yes. Lime, of course.
And now the egg whites. How do you,
Egg
how do
whites,
you
I
do
know,
that?
eh?
Yeah.
It sounds weird, but it tastes really good,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Shake it.
Okay, and there's the sort of the foaminess from the egg whites.
Yes. And then we're gonna garnish it here. Grapefruit. Like that one.
Cheers again.
Salud.
Yeah. That's great. Totally different flavor though.
100%,
Totally
yes.
different taste. I didn't expect it to taste like that. It's totally different. It's actually quite nice. Well, these were great. Thanks for whipping them up for us today and sharing some recipes.
For sure.
I'm going to head into the kitchen and grab some food to go with them. Well, Marvin, I just enjoyed some great cocktails at the bar. They were fantastic, but got me hungry. And I guess you're going to cook one of my favorite dishes. I cook this a lot myself, so I'm anxious to see an expert do it and see if I can pick up some tips. What are you going to cook for us?
We're actually going to be cooking today a paella. It's going to be a seafood and meat paella. So we're going to use some olive oil. We're going to add to the olive oil, prepare a tomato sauce that we use. So now this is already smoky, so we can actually start throwing things in here.
Well, you weren't kidding when you said you get the pan hot.
It's a chicken stock that we use. Now we're gonna use saffron wine that we have. We're gonna add a little bit of this and make sure that it evaporates. We're gonna add our rice to this. This is already our pre-cooked rice that we actually have in here. So now we're just gonna be adding the seafood and mussels actually, because those are the ones that just takes a little bit more to cook. Now we're gonna add some of the chicken, chorizos, our shrimps in here as well. And we'll do now as well the calamari.
Now, how traditional is the version you're making? Is this?
This is not very traditional. This is, you know, our sort of like our style on the paella. And now we're just gonna add the peas in here to give it a little bit of this, you know, color. Roasted peppers. So this we're just gonna let it simmer, and this is just gonna be simmering in here for 10 minutes.
So we're gonna let the seafood paella just kind of cook and simmer and get happy, but you're gonna make up another one of, I know this is another one of my favorite dishes. So tell us a little bit about what you're making, and for people who may not have enjoyed this, tell us a little bit about the history.
Okay, so ceviches is another Latin American dish. To make ceviches, the main thing in there is actually the sauce that we make, and that sauce is called leche de tigre. It's a reduction of ginger, fish stock, cilantro, celery, limes, onions, a little bit of garlic. So we make this sauce. For this one, we add a bit of a passion fruit to it. So we're just going to start with adding the tuna.
Do you always use tuna, or can you?
No, we actually have, we always have different ones. Right now we have one that is with salt fish, shrimps, and calamari.
Okay.
It's called the mixto. And also a salmon with mango.
Wow.
We're just going to add our onions onto the tuna, add some of the cilantro. We're gonna add also the avocado right away in there too. We're gonna squeeze a little bit of lime, add just a little bit of salt. We're also gonna add called ají limo, and it's a Peruvian pepper sauce that we make, just to give it a little bit of spice to it. And now the main thing, which is the passion fruit tiger's milk. Leche de tigre. It will just take maybe 3 minutes for this to get all the flavors in. We're just gonna do a little like a bed of lettuce in here. Going to also add some of this sauce to the lettuces. Add of course a little bit of salt in there as well. This is pretty much ready.
Wow, it already looks super.
So we're just going to also add some sweet potatoes, some pomegranates.
Nice burst of color with that.
You can add little corn chips if you like.
That looks amazing. Why don't we grab a seat and sit down and we'll enjoy a bite
Absolutely.
together. Marvin, once again, thanks for inviting us by. I keep saying it and keep repeating myself, but you know, there's no reason why Londoners can't get out and enjoy a great meal in a safe environment, and some fantastic, just some incredible food and some cocktails. Thanks to Pablo for whipping us up a couple of great cocktails today. Thanks to you for inviting us and touring us through the restaurant and inviting us into your kitchen and watching you create some great food. Let's dig in and enjoy this. Once again, Cheers.
Cheers.
And thanks. So we've been downtown London. We've seen some great restaurants, some very unique restaurants that have some exciting, different kind of menu items. Now we've headed over to the west side of London for a fantastic pizza experience. Come on in and join me at Doughboys. Brandon, Zach, hey guys, thanks for inviting me by.
Jeff,
Doughboys,
very nice to
west
see ya.
side. I'm excited to try some great pizza, some great chicken. So you're a hometown boy. You've got some history here.
Yeah.
How did that lead into the pizza business?
Well, just being from London, playing for the Knights, I always came home for the summers. So London's always been a part of me, and will for the rest of my life. So I met Zach, probably about 10 years ago, and we've been good friends ever since.
I'm like the little monkey you can't cut off his
Yeah,
back.
yeah. When we first opened, it was crazy. We were lineups, like it was packed. We had to double our staff, and
So you've had to hire quite a few people from
we've
the area.
hired so many people. I think we have how many people?
Yeah, we have about 40 people on staff now.
All from this local area. So that's a great plus to the community
Yeah,
right there.
we generated those jobs, which has been nice.
And younger kids, right? So a lot of teenagers, and there's a lot of people that we're training. It's their first jobs ever. So, but they've picked it up quickly, and we got a great. It's like a little family in here.
I understand a lot of it's made right here, everything from scratch.
Yeah, we do everything in-house.
Kind of homemade, in-house, that sort of thing. So if you guys are into it, why don't we head to the back and take a look at some
Absolutely.
food? And I guess you're going to learn to make pizza. And
Zach doesn't let he doesn't like me back in the kitchen too often.
but we
so,
convinced him to let you back.
Yeah,
today.
he's gonna finally have to teach me.
So you're going to show your protege how to make pizza. What's the most popular one? What are you going to show him how to make?
You
today?
know what? They're all popular. Today I'm going to show them the New Yorker. It's our classic shredded pepperoni, bake the cheese on top. The pepperoni we do use is a pork pepperoni. So opposed to that, the rest of our items here, we do have a lot of halal stuff that we use, like our chicken, our steak, and our beef.
And the sauce you use on your pizza, made in-house?
So the sauce we
The
make
dough?
in-house, the dough we do about 2-3 batches every day, and the cheese we grate every day as well.
And although we'd love to get the ingredients, I know you're not going to share that, so I'm not even going to ask. So listen, you guys go ahead and make pizza. So one of the things I noticed that a lot of times you'll see in a pizza restaurant, the dough's stacked up on trays, that sort of thing. You made this, you're not only making it in-house, but you're over here flattening it out, rolling it. You do that every time for every pizza.
We do everything by hand.
How's that, Zach? Is that okay?
It's not bad. We'll work with it.
Shredded pepperoni?
Shredded
In the
pepperoni.
traditional style, the pepperoni before the cheese.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
And that's a lot of pepperoni.
We're going to throw some cheese on top of there, Brandon.
Lots of cheese.
And this is why he was the league leader in goals, those soft hands.
League leader in fights.
Exactly. That's why there's clumps of cheese everywhere.
It's like being around the net right now. Panic mode.
So that looks great. Let's toss it in the oven. Well, let's take a look. This is your very first pizza. What do we think, Chef?
Very first.
Looks good? You're happy?
Sounds
You're
good.
happy?
Should we make him feel a little more comfortable right now, though?
Sure.
I know he's got the towel over the shoulder. We might as well pretend it's a hockey stick. Might be a little more cozy with the interview there. It's like hockey night in Canada for him, right?
Good day in the kitchen. Everybody worked real hard and
Came together as a team.
came
as,
together and we
teamwork.
built this pizza together. So, want to thank everybody for all their help.
Not just pizzas here.
Nope.
We had chicken, we got sandwiches, we got all kinds of stuff. What's your favorite?
That's such a tough question. It depends what I'm feeling that day is what I usually gravitate towards.
What are you feeling today?
Chicken Parmesan is what I'm feeling
One of my
today.
favorites. Again, everything's done in-house. So you bread your
Correct.
own chicken, you're starting with fresh chicken,
Yep.
that sort of thing.
So
right?
it's a buttermilk fried chicken that we actually do here, and we source all our poultry from the local poultry farm.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, and that's at all the locations that they provide to us.
Right. So we've got the chicken breast now. What about the buns? I'm sure you're not just using a regular bun.
So the buns we do in-house, like the pizza dough, every day. The buns are done on the spot. They come out of the pizza oven. It's a nice soft bun, very light. So we're gonna first put on our sauce. Then we're gonna do our shredded mozzarella on top of there. And then we're just gonna toss this in the oven. We're gonna bake it at 500 degrees. Now my trusty sidekick, my sous chef, Brandon, is going to add some Parmesan on top. We're gonna bake it again, and the sandwich will be complete at that point. There's no portion control on that one, but we'll go with it. So there's our beautiful
Well,
chicken
that looks
parm.
pretty amazing. That is a meal in itself for sure. Oh man, look at that.
You can see first,
That is
and then eat your heart out. Gentlemen, what's your take?
wow. We made that great pizza. Made a great sandwich. You're a creative guy. You probably put some thoughts into your own type of pizza. Got any ideas?
I do.
Let's whip up a custom pizza.
I do. I have some really good ideas.
Why don't you tell us about your pizza idea?
Well, Zach's been bugging me to come up with a pizza. So what kind of navigated me towards this idea was, well, one, we have the New Yorker already, the New Yorker pizza. I played for the New York Rangers. I definitely want my name in it. So kind of came up with the name, the Crusty Ranger. We got a little steak, seasoned ground beef, shredded pepperoni, green olives, and I was thinking between the hot peppers and the jalapenos, but I like some spice. It's going to be a little spicier pizza. Zach's going to be critiquing me a lot, that's for sure. We got a little barbecue sauce here
sauce in
too.
there, add a little tang to it.
A little smoother hands on the ice, but
Yeah,
it's a work in
oh,
progress.
Cheese.
You want to get those edges? We all
Yeah.
know you're a big cheese fan,
Yeah,
so right around there,
right
bud.
on the
Yeah.
edges. Next, we got the steak. Zach, how do you like that? Look good?
Honestly,
That's
fantastic.
Zach is the best pizza maker in town, so I always have to come to him for assurance. Now we have the seasoned ground beef, shredded pepperoni.
And a good pile of it too.
Okay, green olives next. Last but not least, jalapenos. I would like to put some ghost peppers on it, but Zach won't let me, right? So we're gonna top it
with a little
off
more
with cheese.
Yeah, just a
Oh,
little sprinkle, right? You
another
want that
layer.
to look.
Okay. Folks, you're seeing it here for the first time, the
Crusty Ranger.
Crusty Ranger. And it looks like it needs more cheese.
Yeah, it does need more cheese. That's what we got at the end here. And I love chili flakes. I put them on my pasta. I put them on my pizzas all the time. So, and then,
a little bit of melted cheese across there.
oh,
there we
go. Oh, get a close up on that. How's that, Zach? Enough cheese?
Phenomenal.
We have to wrap up every meal with dessert. What do you have for dessert?
Well, after that great pizza launch, I don't know how you can beat something like that, but this is probably the only thing that can do it. And this is our fried Nutella Doughboy or sugar Doughboy if you don't want to choose the Nutella option. It's your classic beaver tail or elephant ear that you would get at any festival or carnival. So Brandon's gonna put the cinnamon sugar on there for you. And
Flip it the other side?
Yeah. Let's get the other side done.
Oh.
This is the money shot because everybody loves Nutella.
Break them off a piece.
Just a little piece.
Yeah, we'll feed you too. Freestyle.
Well, listen, Brandon, Zach, thanks for inviting us over to Doughboys
Thank you.
today.
We appreciate it.
It's
Thanks for
exciting to
coming.
have this over on the West End. Everything was fantastic. I love all the little touches that kind of comes together. The house-made sauce, the dough, the fresh that you're rolling it out. All those little details come together. Everything was amazing. That sandwich, it's a meal in itself. It's incredible. I
We
encourage
appreciate
everybody
it.
to come out and try that. Finished off with a fantastic dessert.
Yeah, we got a new menu item, the Crusty Ranger.
Right there,
I mean,
yeah.
what a day.
Yeah.
What a
You
day.
get busy, you
day.
got a new chef to throw in
Yeah.
the kitchen. So this has been an awesome experience. Thanks a lot, guys. Best of
Awesome.
luck.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure you'll see me back in
We
there.
appreciate
All right,
it.
take care, guys.
Take care.